Man of the Metaverse is on record.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, Brandon had problems with a push lawnmower.
Okay,
That
you remember that?
yeah, petroleum. I remember Brandon.
Okay,
You know, use petroleum, right?
I'm gonna go with that. I don't know. I don't know what
Gasoline,
kind of.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
All
Yeah.
right. He had problems 3 years ago. On today's date, he would go out there, get gas, and what
Uh-huh.
happened, Brandon?
It'll start up, some smoke will come out the side, and then it'll cut off. And
And that's
and
your own damn fault. You left that badass gas in there, people. You
so
got
is that what?
ethanol in there. All right.
So is that what it is? And
So
I'm like, damn,
Brandon
what's?
left that lawnmower. How was the last time you used it?
But like I said, I started to cut the grass maybe about 2 weeks ago. I was cutting the side, I was cutting up one side of it. It started running out of gas. I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to go get some more gas and then I'll resume cutting the grass.
Well, it could have went. See, gasoline at the bottom, water up top. So you
You
rid all that.
right.
You rid all that gas out. Now you
Right.
shooting on that water.
Right. But I talked to you about, I said, man, I really want to get an electric mower. Cause I was
No,
like,
you didn't
Lewis, you
say
got
that.
one? Hmm?
No, you said, Lewis, you got an
Yeah,
electric
yeah.
lawnmower?
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I do. I had one for almost a decade, half a
But
decade now.
okay. But see, I would think that would be a smart investment because some things electric is good, right? Do you
Correct.
want an mhm.
I just go out there and press a button and I got the cutting.
Okay, but would you get an electric charger? You know they got the new electric chargers. That's like battery powered kind of. That's an
Oh,
instance where,
you talking about
huh?
a car?
Yeah, the car. Yeah.
I will never buy a car that Italian people design. That's why it don't last. you
Okay,
know?
but why not?
Okay. Why not? For the past 22 years, people, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram, electrical issues. All
Uh-huh.
right. So in 2000, maybe in 2000, maybe 2009,
Uh-huh.
Dodge said, I know Negroes like shiny things. All right.
Okay, I'm with you.
I'm going to put a shiny screen in the car and they're
Uh-huh.
going to go crazy. Did they go
Okay.
crazy, Brandon?
Yeah, they did for
Not
sure.
the first couple of years because you couldn't afford it. Boosie said, y'all got the V6, I got the Hemi.
You're
Y'all
right.
cost 30, mine cost 40. That's right, Boosie, right?
Yeah, that's Boosie,
Oh,
right?
okay. See, y'all couldn't afford it back then. So what
Uh-huh.
Chrysler did with the Italians said, how can we get the Negroes to get these vehicles? Let's stretch the payment to 84 months. So you could get one with 84 months and they dropped the credit.
Uh-huh.
They dropped the credit requirements. Trump got in office. First thing he do said, the people who do the rules around the credit, get rid of them. Wait till you get the 100-month. Wait till you get the What's a half a house? A house is
What, 30 years? So it'll be 15 years?
no, a house is 360 payments.
Uh-huh.
That's 30 years. Wait till you get a new car with 15 years.
But
Leases
that's
on
way too long.
it. Wait, that's coming, people.
Yeah.
And Brandon King folks gonna be signing up for it.
Yeah, for sure. Because we always want the new hot stuff. And if we can afford it today, we're not really thinking about tomorrow.
Who 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 makes it? Who makes it hot, Brandon? Tell me that. You know everything, don't you?
I'm not sure. I don't know why we go crazy or what cars we kind of like. It seemed like whatever the cop car is, that's what kind of car is popular for some reason. Crown Vics were police cars, and for some reason we started to like old schools. You had a Crown Vic.
So
Not
you saying black guys they like getting locked up so much they go buy the damn car that takes them to jail,
yeah,
Brandon?
it may be.
Huh?
Maybe. They
They
got the
fetishize it, but ooh, I'm a criminal. I read it, now I want to buy it.
right. Or it's the other way around. The cops see, dang, they like these cars. Let's get the same cars they got. So if we chasing them, it's the same thing.
Brandon, what color is my shirt?
Black.
Have they ever did laws? Okay, have they ever did laws that benefit us, Brandon? The
No.
benefit
No.
They said, "What's the best law to catch Brandon running 15 miles per hour with a crack of cocaine in his, in his
I don't
top?"
know. What is it?
I said, "V8s, full
Uh-huh.
body frame V8s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You could crash it, you could hit them, boom, crash up the hood. We still
Huh?
got a car. He may
Yeah.
be taken to the hospital,
But the car's still
but we
functional.
still got a car to last."
Uh-huh.
You one cop on the beat. They see 5, 6 beautiful people standing up.
Uh-huh.
Please put your hands up. It's the 80s now. They
Uh-huh.
got crack on them. We need a car big enough so if we don't got no backup, he can put all 6 of them in the damn car, take it for jail. Huh?
Right, because it's a couch. It's like a couch in the bag.
Yes.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
So they ain't the design you so they ain't gonna never design something to benefit. They design to benefit what they got going on, brother.
You're right. You're
And
right.
that's busting your ass in that back seat.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you. But back to the lawnmower thing, I was thinking, well, with Lewis, when I was before I asked you, I said, well, Lewis like the feel of cranking up a lawnmower and hearing that sound, smelling that gas, getting it, when you pour the gas in the tank, you get on your hands a little bit, maybe your hands
Up
smell
until
like
up,
gas.
up
Yeah.
until probably 2017, but keep going.
Yeah. I'm like, Lewis, it's no way Lewis gonna have an electric, a battery powered lawnmower, even though I think it's a smarter way to do it, right? But then when I asked you, you said you did. And I'm still trying to convert over. I'm looking for a reason. Like I said, I can't just if I can get my lawnmower working, I probably won't go get a battery powered
And
lawnmower. But
that's what you need to do.
what?
Uh,
Just
get your lawnmower working. But yeah, technology caught up. So now batteries can generate some power to get the job done.
yeah. And in your opinion, the battery is still the same as, a motor per se, a gas
No,
powered motor.
no, no, hell no. All right. That thing bugged down twice today. I cut grass today. It bogged down twice.
And for people
And
who
back,
don't know, and because I think I know what you're talking about, but when you say
you had to
bogged,
put the handle down. Don't cut off of it.
right, right. But my gas powered lawnmower do that too sometimes. Like if you're going over some tall grass, and that's how you know my
Ready to be
lawnmower.
going over Christmas trees, people. Yeah, that's when it does it. Huh? It doesn't really cut off.
No,
The
no,
electric will
but
cut off.
you can hear the engine kind of slowing down. You can see the blade starting to slow down in there a little bit, and want to act like it. So I lift it up a little bit, just like you say, and it'll be fine.
Okay, that's not bogged down. Bogged down means 1 heartbeat, 2 heartbeat. I'm
Uh-huh.
done. So Brandon never experienced that yet.
Okay.
If his motor started like skipping,
Uh-huh.
the only thing he feeling the pistons. See, pistons move like this, right?
Okay. Yeah, you're
His
right.
motor get bumped. The only thing he feel one piston, bah, other piston, bah, but it's supposed to do this.
No,
Hold on. So that's
I
bogged
got you.
down, Brandon. Is about to cut off.
Okay.
They ain't making it's past the weird sound. It's about to cut off.
This is funny to me. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. That's funny to me. Nowhere else on the internet will you get no breakdown like that about lawnmowers. But yeah, I have to start researching battery powered lawnmowers and try to get, maybe you send me some ideas because you know
Your burden I like, and you go to the store I don't like. So
well, what's that? You talking about Lowe's?
Yeah.
I've been shopping at Home Depot a little bit more, and I don't have a problem with what is it, Roby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say Brett, his family, his wife, his daughter, him, money, but he refused to listen. He's jumping on this cobalt, and they changed it. Since 2000, I bought a house in 2010, right? Man, they changed that bear design about 4 times. So they got you on there, never in the loop. Huh?
No, you're right. No, you're right.
And
Because
Brandon hooked on it.
I got two appliances. I got 2 chainsaws, and I think they're the blue ones, they're the cobalt ones. I got a blower that I got from Walmart. It's blue, but it's Hart. It's the Hart brand. Okay. Then I got a Roby power drill. And I got some old saws. What's the yellow kind? What's the yellow kind? That's the first one.
Walt?
Yeah, Walt. You don't mess with Walt. I was about to curse.
My favorite professional brand is Milwaukee,
Okay.
and Milwaukee owns Ryobi.
Okay. I think
So,
you said that before. I think on here.
but yeah, test one out, man. But try to get yours up and running. But I like electric. You got a small yard, Brandon. Electric. You ain't nothing but weeds back there. You know, ain't no grass. Ain't
I got
no big
teaspoon grass.
Weeds, and the weeds cut quick. Yeah,
I got
see,
you.
I got bogged down in grass. See, it's mostly weeds. Weeds the herb fast. That grass in it, man.
I got you.
Shit.
I got you.
Yeah, so Brandon, I'll let you one. Do you just get 2 batteries?
Okay. I'm with you.
And be able to expand on those batteries, because that's an investment.
Okay.
So don't go there and buy no Greenworks. You buy the Greenwork brand.
What is the Greenwork brand? What they sell that at? Because I know the brand. I've seen it before, but I
Any discount store, any discount store in the world, they got them. You know, online is a discount store. Get it online. Amazon discount store, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ain't nothing but dropped up. Now that's real drop shipping.
No,
in somebody's basement on Monday, at your house by Tuesday.
You said in somebody's basement.
Yeah.
You want it just piled up,
You
ready
never
for somebody
know.
to order.
Where you think I sold clothes out of the basement?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah. Put up things. Wow. It's up. I had a thing like a pancake. Wait. There you go. Yeah.
I got you.
Make sure my estimate. It used to be 4 ounces. Under 7 ounces was a sweet point. Anything higher, you double the price. Yeah.
I got you.
Man,
let me get into
what you
I got a little quick thing. You were a college graduate, correct? You did graduate.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a proud day for you? Because me and you, we graduated high school together.
That was a proud day.
Yeah. What about college? Was it it was sad. Why was it sad?
I ain't had no job, man. I'm moving back home. It's in the book. We got the video up. I was sad. And we went to Fats Cafeteria. And no biscuits couldn't make me happy.
You talking about Fast Cafe?
Yeah.
I forgot about Fast Cafe.
I was sad, man.
Okay.
Man, you graduate college, student loan, you saw the payment.
Yeah.
It started in 6 months. I'm going back home. And I had the freedom of having your own little square.
Yeah.
You know. But now I'm going back to mama house. Papa house.
Right. And you're hoping to, I guess, formulate a plan to get a job and start generating income to pay back. I
had one. Then Brandon and Eric took me to Myrtle Beach. I had one at Renter Center. It's in the book. Brandon,
I don't even remember that.
Myrtle Beach. I had an interview. They're like, "You got the job." I said, "I'll let you know after I get back. I got other obligations."
Oh yeah, I do kind of remember that. Now I think I'm back. Yeah.
With the Myrtle Beach, it was an awful time. They put too much salt on the crab legs and bitches. Something was going on. Well, it was an awful time for me because I didn't have nothing to come back to. Brandon was working at the hospital, counting blood or something. We used to do, Brandon.
helping people run the blood test. So processing blood.
The person pushing the cart with the blood samples, 4th floor, 5th floor, 6th floor.
Well, I did some of that too, phlebotomy stuff. Yeah, like drawing blood, but then those tubes got to go to the test.
You was a runner. I had scrubs on. That's the first time I understand what crack was. Brady had them on.
I can't. That's funny. You good?
You all that stuff up, Brady. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
You
but
said
it's funny.
You didn't run the blood. So I ain't gonna have blood runners.
But I did go up on the floors and draw blood and bring it back down to the lab for it to be spun down and ran in the labs. But that is funny, like, the breakdown, especially now because people wear Crocs, and I did have a pair of scrubs, but I didn't really like scrubs for some reason.
See, they only had ice on the 5th floor, so when Brandon had to go down to the 2nd, he had to time that thing out. By the 5th floor, re-ice the blood so it won't go bad and get the rest. That's why he had to hustle. Had them scrubs. See, the flap was over the ankle, over the heel. So he wasn't playing that day. Yeah, I see you.
No, I got you. That's funny. Louis, you a really good story.
Get a graduation day. You gonna have
I
the
am.
girls
I am.
dance?
I'm about to pull up. I'm about to pull up a video. That was just to set up the video I'm about to pull up. Just because I was gonna ask you how your graduation ceremony was, because it's a video going around now. This wasn't how your graduation was?
Brandon, I'm from a generation. If you done that crazy stuff, block out.
By who? By who?
The resource officer.
Correct. Everybody moving, ain't no stopping it here. No shoes. Did anybody even think about trying to do something like this at your graduation?
We ain't prostitutes, Brandon. We are not no prostitutes, all right?
What do you mean?
They get a reward. That's what the smart ones do. Obviously, they graduate, so they're smart. They get the reward first. Got it. I got the degree.
Yeah. You can't take it from me now.
Huh?
Right.
They smart prostitutes. You give them a reward, then they got to shake something.
But I'm named this live fair foul. Is it okay to do this? Because we're African Americans. That's part of our culture. You talked about dancing.
That is not my culture, Brandon.
It's not.
I ain't never seen a video from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
People, that's 80 years of this behavior.
Yeah.
That's not my culture, Brandon. That's your culture. One of them do-rags up in your damn head, twisties. That looking like Little John back in 04. This is your culture, Brandon, and that's what you get. Throw your hood up. Throw the hood up.
But is that okay? We've been beaten down. We're tired. The teachers wasn't fair. The professors wasn't fair. Now I'm ready to celebrate. I'm ready to dance.
Whoa, hold on. When you get beat down, you have a six-pack. All right. You ever saw Santa? You think they can beat down Santa Claus? Or he just be laid up somewhere? Motherfucker, we ain't beat down, bro.
We're not beat down.
No. But go ahead, Brett. I'm sorry.
No. So I just want to know, because we may be hard on people, our own people. Maybe they're just happy and they want to dance. And I was thinking, well, if this was my daughter's graduation and I'm in the crowd, they start doing this, how would I feel? I would probably feel a little embarrassed, just because this doesn't, to me, it doesn't show class, and it's just not what I'm used to at a graduation. Maybe graduations are starting to change. Maybe we've been so programmed to be ratchet. Now this is what we doing. We dancing in restaurants. We dancing at graduations. Maybe this is where it's headed. Maybe we just old and out of touch.
Now, Brandon, some may say you picking on the women.
Right. And I thought about doing this, but I'm like, dang, we got to touch on this because I want to see how Lewis feels about it.
Okay, maybe this ain't the one. Oh, here it is. Here it is right here, people. This is y'all. You see this? This is y'all.
Yeah.
I sent that to Brad. I said, Brad, I can't stand this stuff. They having fun, right, Brandon?
Yeah, they having.
Is it wrong?
That's a little much, but okay.
Boy, I like it though. You see, I'm trying to catch them. Don't hit me with them. They just having fun, right?
Yeah.
But a non-black person cannot tell the difference between a ratchet Shanae and a wonderful Tiffany black person.
Yeah.
To them, black is this.
Yeah.
So when you do this in public, this what they think. It's that Walmart, Brandon. I just had my knee replaced. I'm ducking and dodging the aisles.
Right.
And I see these two torpedoes, torpedo one. gonna be the two. I'm in a wheelchair. All right, I don't got no ones. I don't know what to do, brother.
Right. And we love this kind of stuff. For some reason, no matter what kind of videos you do, the dancing ones, especially in just a Walmart, that's the ones people like. They may see somebody doing something positive, trying to teach somebody something about compost or how to build something, how to build a garden, how to start your own garden. Nobody cares about that kind of stuff. The lawnmower talk that we had, the different brands you can buy based on the batteries that they switched out. Nobody cares about that kind of stuff. We just want to see people dancing next to discounted TVs.
And speaking on the TV, that's what I was thinking about. I'm a Walmart supporter, 100% and owner.
Uh-huh.
The clientele. I ain't never went to a Best Buy and
Uh-huh.
saw the cheapest TVs in the world right in the front door.
Why not? What you think the
Because the
correlation?
clientele is higher.
Uh-huh.
It ain't Apple high. Brandon's the
Uh-huh.
Apple people. Brandon got to book a show and wear a tuxedo to go get his phone fixed. That's Brandon. That's Brandon. I'm the Best Buy guy. I just come in there. Okay, we got a Toshiba and we got a Samsung.
Uh-huh.
Walmart. The first thing and only thing you get is the what?
On what is it?
On
The
or the
TCL?
TC or the brokers TCL you got.
But the people who shop at Walmart, do you think they care, or are they looking for certain features that you may be looking for on your TV when you go into Best Buy?
The only features they look at on, how much does it cost?
Uh-huh. And the
Can it
size?
fit? Can it fit in my G4G?
Now that's the
Can it
funniest
fit in
thing
my
was
4G though?
that's the funniest thing when people buy a TV and they take it out to their car and they try to figure out how I'm gonna get this TV in the car. And you looking at it, sometimes you're like, okay, well, if they're really smart, they gonna figure out how to get it in there. Cause I know how I would put the TV in there. But sometimes people, the box is too big and your car is too small. You got a Jetta or a Toyota Camry. It's just not gonna fit in there. You may think you lay your seats down and it's gonna work, but them TV boxes too big for you for your TV to fit in there. I
See,
mean,
back in the
go ahead.
80s, back in the 90s, Brandon's single mom house,
Uh-huh.
uh, they had one TV. Color
Yeah.
TVs was expensive.
Yeah.
And everybody got in front of that one TV
Yeah.
that cost $800.
Okay.
You know,
I'm with you.
that's when they used to break into your house and they steal that big TV.
Right. Right.
They used to do that because it was America.
Right. Right.
Now, with China said, okay, America's, they want the price, the quality don't need to be there, but they
Yeah.
want the price to be there. Let's give them the cheapest TVs so everybody can buy them.
Right.
See, now everybody got, how many TVs in your house now, Bernie?
Over 10.
God damn, Brandon, it's only 6 rooms. How many?
But I'll buy a new TV, and I got TVs from my mom. Like I put some TVs outside. Like I just got extra TVs. Like I said, they're cheaper now anyway. So
Someone is at the
and
front
somebody's
door.
at my front door. But that's just the thing. Like TVs just don't cost as much as they used to.
There you go. That's why they put, that's a pagoda, people. Americans want stuff cheap. This is luxury. Everybody can have a TV.
All right.
You know, I had to get my TVs. We had one TV in the house. All the other TVs came out the back of a trash can. They was throwing them out from school. And my
Right.
mom picked it up.
Right.
You know, but we only had one television.
Because
Good
you
one.
would just watch TV in one room mainly, but nowadays, like you say, we'll watch TV in the bedroom or in the living room. You have another room, it's a office or something like that. So you may have a monitor in there, which can be a TV as well. We watch YouTube in there.
Yeah, Brandon Bomb has her sons watching All in the Family. Oh, Friday.
Or good times.
Yeah, All in the Family. You know, All in the Family.
What was All in the Family? Because I don't even remember what that was.
I'm trying to say y'all was behave. Kids didn't have to choose. You go watch this. Eat
Oh,
these
okay.
Pop-Tarts, and you go to bed. What time you went to bed as a kid, Brandon?
Probably about 8:30.
There you go. What time your daughter go to bed as a
About
kid?
9:30.
How about in the summertime?
Probably about 10. She'll be because sometimes she'll be up talking to her friends. They be playing Roblox. So
Old
it's a
school,
different thing.
8:30, 365, unless you're at grandma's house with all the cousins there.
Yeah.
You know, what's
I'm with
this?
you.
I'm staying up summertime. You go to sleep, it's bright outside, and you try to go to sleep.
Right. And you ain't had no choice. You couldn't argue back or you couldn't talk back. You couldn't try to ask your parents that whatever they said, that's what it was.
Oh, my family had a
Someone's at the
choice.
front door.
You could get some water and sit your ass back in the damn bed. That's what my daddy said.
Right.
So, you know, I'm a fat kid. I'm a fat kid. I want some soda. Take some water and take your ass back. Well, he
Right,
said, he
right.
didn't curse back then. He cursed now because that dementia. Take your butt back to bed. Yeah.
Right.
So if you're hungry, people, if you're hungry,
Do what?
drink some water and take your ass back to bed. See, I don't like this, people.
Huh?
I don't like this, brother. When they see your brother, when they see these people, they see your daughter.
Yeah, for sure.
Your daughter, brother. And do you want your daughter to be associated with a cheaper model Chevrolet?
No. What is that? A cruiser? What is that? Chevy
Cruise.
Chevy
early-
Cruise?
Early episode, Brandon said, why black people get this?
Mhm.
See, the government buy these vehicles by the millions, by the thousands.
Yeah.
They use them up. Then they say, as the government, we gonna sell them real cheap on to the public. Your cousin Ray and them goes up there to the auction. Crown Victoria, Dodge Charger, 2,000. Buy the car for 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
You get in the car. The car look like the Batmobile inside.
When you say that, what you mean?
Hard because they had all the police stuff they got to just rip
Okay.
them out.
Okay.
So you just got bunch of metal bars and roads.
The light thing.
They left the light up there, but they ripped all the wires out. So you got that. So you say, okay, what I'm about to do is I'm gonna go to the junkyard. See, the junkyard got your ass now. The price is real high. I want a front seat and a back seat. How much you gonna charge for that, brother? Right now?
How much?
Oh man, I said, shit, give me $400-500.
That's what I was gonna say 300.
I said, God almighty, somebody be skeeting up the streets and they charging that much.
You'll take them too.
They get that. Okay, that's okay. Give me the trim. Okay, they get the trim. They take it to the guy, the only one person, black guy. Here's the thing. Out of every 1,000 black guys, one of them know how to work a wrench and a screwdriver.
You talking about now or back then?
Now.
Okay.
So they take it to the one guy who can fix stuff, and he's always booked up. He's so booked up. He don't even care about the jobs because he got some more people. Man, I get it next week.
Right.
Hey, give me the money for the part, get it next week.
Yeah.
And get desperate.
Yeah.
He charging 100, and the money folks want 800.
Yeah.
So they take it to that one guy, and that's how they get their cheap cars.
Yeah.
Brandon, is that a true story?
That's a very true story.
Yeah, you see them. I looked at them too, but you better know some mechanic stuff.
But it's because we've been and bike week is coming up. The other bike week is this weekend, I believe.
Bike week. What they call that bike week? What bike week?
Black Bike Week.
Okay. So white bike week is this week?
Yeah. I was gonna say that, but yeah.
That's what they call it, right?
Yeah, that's what they kind of call it.
And the ratio said white bike week, gunshots should just be in the air. Wow, wow. Black ones. Wow. You know? Ain't it? That's what the statistics say.
Let me ask you, what's the pricing? How's the pricing for white bike week?
I ain't never went.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Brady, you go to the beach and see some booties. All right, so are the booties out there doing that week?
The black one, yes.
No, the one.
Oh, the white one. No, they ain't really doing that.
I'm trying to see this in this camera, people. And
But
yes, I'm desperate. I'm
but
trying to see it.
but you know what? And like I say, is wonderful. We'll say wonderful bike week, but it's going on right now, and I see a lot of bikers and stuff, and with women on the back, and I'm like, because I remember last year too. It's like it's the same people that used to come when we were younger, but now they're older. It's not like the new generation is going down there like
I
younger people.
do. I bet if I ride down there right now, I go
Go
see
ahead.
still win this on a Kia. You know, I go see, I go see somebody gonna have a Honda. You know, some of what other cars they got? The Honda Accord go fly down there, stock wheels,
He
windows
says,
down, they hang it out the window.
uh-huh.
In my day, you had skateboard cars was coming down there,
Yeah.
Skittles, Apple Jacks, Buster Flakes,
Yeah,
all
I,
on the
you know
side
what?
of all those
I
cars.
haven't seen those cars lately because I used to see a lot of those kind of cars
Cost
maybe
money,
about
bro.
2 or 3 years ago.
Cost money. See, those cars, you get them junk, you build them up.
Yeah.
Your generation, you get the Kia for 72 months and you ride down to Myrtle Beach.
Do you
That's
do alterations to it or you just leave
nah,
it?
tinted
You leave
windows. That's all. Tinted windows and a small Christmas tree on the
what on the
rearview
dash? I
mirror.
mean, the rearview mirror.
Yeah, and they gonna pull your ass over for that if they think you got something. There you go.
So, but so why not? Why aren't people not buying rims like that on those cars?
They can't afford it, Bernie.
Yeah,
I was in
rims
the
are high.
office today. I called all people born after me soft, and everybody looked at me crazy
Why?
because they are soft,
Is that an insult though? Because
entitled,
didn't the older generation call us soft?
correct, and some of us was soft.
Yeah.
You know, some of us the soft guy. What they do? Smack that girl, but won't smack a guy.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
we have those.
But I think that's just that's a rite of passage. Like the older generation will criticize us at the time, tell us our music wasn't good. We just doing the same thing to them. When we talk about Boss Man D-Lo, his
See,
his
Boss Man
rise.
D-Lo, I go get
What?
back to the dunks. He
Mhm.
drive them dunk. He be driving them dunk rides.
Uh-huh.
He has the money. This generation,
Yeah,
they
they ain't.
so entitled. They don't want to work, but they want these things,
Yeah.
and you can't have it.
You can't do both.
My generations, if you didn't work, ain't nobody give you nothing.
Right. Because your
Yeah,
car, you customized your car, but you were working for it. You wasn't just out shining, riding around every day. You was working, and on the weekend or whenever you got off, you would ride around a little bit. But
yeah.
we knew that you purchased it on your own. We knew that you were grinding, and just because you got that stuff, that didn't mean you quit and just whatever people do nowadays, just post it, floss, whatever. Like it's a
And
constant thing. You have to keep accumulate money to keep a lifestyle up.
and what did the grinding teach you? Like I told a young man, people need to work. You got to play sports. You work. You got to
Mhm.
do. You need structure.
Yeah.
Having a job, getting $8 an hour. Okay, that's no money. He
Uh-huh.
said he won't work for $8, but he still want the things.
Yeah.
So work for the $8 to get something. It teaches structure,
Yeah.
how to be disciplined, how to follow authority. Brandon was the man at his hot dog factory, people. Brandon said, hey, do that. Hey, show that. And people don't show up the next day because he's doing that. So that's a skill. You don't
Yeah.
manage like that.
But I
So
was 38 years old, and younger people like is you want to be a boss instantly, but you gotta start somewhere and you keep working your way up. That's just how it's gonna be.
when I
If
first met Brandon was buffing those flows, man. Him and his wife double teaming. WCW tag team champion.
yeah, we had a cleaning franchise, and we would be, every week we had certain buildings we had to clean. And every weekend you would have to clean certain buildings. So we didn't have any weekends off. We didn't have during the week off. That was
And
just something we had to do.
and Brandon was working to be with the school to get his CDL. His wife working to be a doctor.
Mhm.
But a decade beforehand, buffing those floors and pulling them tampons packages out the female bathrooms.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see people? This is the man of the metaverse. I was picking up dog poop, dirty peppers.
Yeah.
I left the needles on the ground. I didn't pick those up as a kid. I knew that. And I left the condoms on the
Junkie
ground.
needles. You talking about junkie needles, or you talking about
Yes.
sewing needles?
This is the 90s, brother. So we did things like that.
Yeah.
We did things like that. So entitled, you got to work on your stuff.
It's okay to crawl first. Like, I think people don't want to do that. Yeah.
You have to. God give. This is what people with lotteries do. Everybody who get the lottery don't have no money in 3 years. Because they did not deserve to get that blessing. That blessing was the first.
That's a good point.
How many people died, brother? I won the lottery 3 years later.
Right. And why is that? We know why that is, because you have a
build the muscle, brother, to handle the money. If your bank account, brother, if you live in check to check, you one step away from being a crackhead, people. You one step away or hitting the bottle.
Yeah, and being homeless, or is that where you going? Being out on your luck?
No, you don't know. See, you ain't gonna be homeless the first 30 days, people. So you got 30 days. So you didn't get the paycheck. Boom. Now you're just stressed out.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get the paycheck next week, but you're stressed out. They put the eviction notice, they quick to do it. The first time, they'll let it slide. The second time, they quit to put the eviction notice on your ass.
Right.
Because you do this mess. That's stress. Don't live paycheck to paycheck. You win the lottery. You can't handle God. You got to work your muscles to build something.
Yeah.
I think I can handle $1 million right now, Brandon.
But
I can handle 10 million right now.
But when you were 25, I mean, I think you probably could budget it out at 25. Yeah.
This was gonna happen first. I go get me a tight ass right hand.
Right.
And then
are you going?
Yeah. But
are you gonna loan people money? They'll be like, Lewis, we heard you won the lottery. Let me hold something.
I don't loan people money now, so why go start loaning people while I get the pay? Who I look like? The H word?
Yeah, but you, but you know how people sometimes they'll feel guilty, like say I was struggling, and I'm like, dang, Lewis won the lottery, but he's traveling around the world. You probably wouldn't be doing that anyway, but I'm like,
traveling around the states, having a blast of my life.
Yeah, and I'm like, Lewis could at least give me 10,000. He see me struggling.
Struggling with what? That addiction you got, crackhead? Struggling with what? Brandon got addiction. Brandon loves some Kanye West. So every time an album drop, a merchandise drop, Brandon got the bot on his ass, so he automatically get it.
I'm not going to disagree or agree. But I bought the Yeezy slippers. I used to really like Kanye. I don't necessarily get, emotionally attached to him now, because he's just out of control, and he's just looking for attention, I think.
He was great in 2002, 2001 to 2010. Great.
So what was it? Well, I'm not trying to get too nerdy, but what album you think he started kind of messing up, or it was a different Kanye?
All right. What album? What's the only album I bought?
What, Dark Twisted Fantasy? Did you buy that one? Or I'm trying to think, Graduation?
I bought his first one.
Okay.
After his first one,
College Dropout.
College Dropout. Everyone after that was downhill.
Well, yeah, it was just different, because when his first album, it was soulful. It was, that Chicago feel. And then it kind of, it was still good to me, especially, but it just started to have a more futuristic, spacey kind of sound to it.
They only played one Kanye West song by itself in the club, and that was Jesus Walks, or Workout. They had a workout song on that first album. There was like a Work out.
And
It's
that
like a
was
dance song.
and some of those songs he had when he was shopping, he was trying to get signed. This was before he got signed. So sometimes artists they'll make their best music before they really get touch some money. And then when they touching money and doing other things, that's when they what
Ready to suck a. So now I believe him.
yeah.
Not the story, brother. How you say it may be true. The nigga
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm saying.
desperate.
But when you get in this music industry, we see it all the time. You know, and not to beat up on Cassie, but Cassie wanted to be in this industry. You know, she thinks she can sing. She wants a record deal. She was dating a R&B singer. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Ryan Leslie. Somehow Diddy came and took her and signed her, and they put an album out. But when you're signed in the music business, like it's a lot of stuff that goes on. They're going to give you the career, they're going to give you the superstar status, but it's a lot of stuff you got to do to maintain it.
Brandon, what is that?
Those are scissors.
Somebody's holding that to Cassidy's neck right now, Brandon.
All right, you say that to say what though?
What in her? I just thought about it. What woman go on live TV and humiliate herself?
You talking about with the trial and all the stuff that's coming out? Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about who. She didn't have. She don't have to go there and talk. I plead the fifth, Brandon.
You're right. You're right.
Would make a person completely destroy everything about her?
Yeah.
Because her husband's shocked. Puffy, yes, Puffy, yes, Puffy. No husband, no husband, no. You know, he can't do things what Puffy could do.
Right. Let me ask you one question, because she got the money from Puff before even all this happened, but then she wanted to file charges and take him to court. So if you do that, you know all this stuff is gonna come out. So
well, you know, who filed charges?
Well, she did, right? She
she had a civil lawsuit and they settled.
Okay.
Now a year later, now she up here talking on the stand.
Because they want to. I guess she was working with the FBI and they got a RICO case and they're trying to trying to prove that he's trafficking.
I plead the fifth. You don't have to talk.
But right? Do you think she doesn't know that?
Brent, I told you what's going on, Brandon. It has to be done. Puff Daddy, Puff Daddy must been like Doug Nificus in the Boondocks.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
This lover said, "I go break you, and then I go pop you," and that's what they do it in a Puffy, man.
Yeah,
must be the old guy with wrinkles, pale skin.
But you know, we had a take on the Cassie thing before, and people didn't like it. They thought we were blaming the victim and all that kind of stuff. Do you think people see it in a different way now? Because I guess stuff is coming. You say no?
No, Facebook is loaded with women saying Cassidy was only 19. She was 20. 23. What is that, bro?
Right.
26.
Right.
They try to act like brother. They try to act like he's a full grown adult.
Right, and that's what I say. I all right. R. Kelly, he had kids. He was doing stuff, but this lady is over 20, and if you listening to the case, you can hear she's setting up a lot of this stuff, trying to please this man. She knows she doesn't really want to do it, but she's trying to gain favor with him and spend.
She does want to do it at the same time.
Okay, but
see, now it's kind of like the other side.
But I have to try to do it that way, just because people listening, they think we're bashing her and we're dumping on her. I'm just going by what we don't know whether she wanted to do it or she didn't want to do it. So just to say she was doing it, she was organizing it, setting it up, trying to do that stuff for him. Whether she really wanted to do it or not, that's here nor there. We can't really prove that.
Just like with any relationships, at times you be upset with the other party.
Yeah.
That means you committing drug trafficking.
And I hate to laugh because
at times that happens, brother.
Yeah.
I'm upset. But I still love him. I'm still gonna do it a little bit. Yeah. But I'm upset. Then the next day, do you want some eggs?
Yeah. Because she's even said out of her own mouth, she said, Diddy, she takes us to Diddy. Diddy, you make me a better woman. You make me feel like I want to be a better woman.
to get that because she really felt that,
Yeah.
or she was using them,
Until
drawing get in
things
hand for the
change in the
sex.
relationship, and then it's like, oh well, now I feel different. Now looking back, I feel like I was used, and maybe she did, maybe she didn't feel that way, but it's now we're doing all this, so all this stuff has to be exposed, and it just is what it is. But like I said, Cassie has been through all this stuff. It's a learning lesson for the next
Diddy,
person that's in
Diddy
this.
had been through all this stuff too.
Yeah, but did both of them, both of them.
Yeah,
But
because
but
something got you wrong.
it's a learning lesson for the person who's thinking about doing something like this with somebody that's high power or got a lot of money or influence or whatever. Be
Drug
careful.
dealer,
Yeah, same
nice
thing.
car,
Yeah, same
white
thing.
tennis shoes.
Because it may
And the
start off
girl, if
simple.
black
It may
miles
start off
are
simple. You do it one
Chick-fil-A.
time, and then next thing you know, 5 years have gone by, and you being abused, and y'all doing all this stuff, and you've lost who you are.
Baby, that is who who
Yeah,
she is. I
yeah.
love who I am. Man, they had no chains around you. you
And
know,
and that's another thing that they said she couldn't escape, even though he was buying her parents stuff and she was going on trips and just all that kind of stuff. And when you make an allegation, say he was trafficking me or trafficking other people, and then we look back at all the evidence and stuff, it's like, well, it seemed like you were complicit with all these actions and you were even setting up stuff with him. So if you doing stuff with somebody who may not be a good person, it's hard for people on the outside to think you're innocent.
don't every villain has him a woman, Brandon, and the woman be
Every
doing everything the villain says.
yeah.
This ain't nothing but she was in love with the power of money, fame, stardom.
Mhm.
But the downsides, you didn't like all the downsides, all
Yeah.
right? You maybe like 10 strokes, and he did 11. Should we? This is what we're talking about, people.
Yeah.
This is the case. Now, if the case was you like 4 strokes and he did 25, that's a different case. Yeah, lock him up behind the
Right.
bar.
Right. And another case that we were talking about earlier in our show life, the Tory Lanez and Meg thing. People were kind of against our point on that because we were thinking Tory may be innocent and Tory may not.
No, I was reading transcripts from the jury. So I wasn't I was reading then saying, hey, if this person put their hand on the Bible, they don't have no party. This man didn't know what hip hop was. He didn't have no dealings. He flipped out. I see Jungle Book, Baboon.
Not Jungle Book.
That's what I see. You know, I just recognize male and female and
Yeah.
pick part.
Mm,
And they didn't believe none of what he said.
no.
And I read it. I believe this story.
Yeah.
You know, I believe this story. I believe he was high too. He was out
Yeah.
there smoking on something. Yeah, start talking about moons and crescents and other stuff.
Yeah.
But he can't even miss a baboon. Especially alone with all with female baboon. Shit. Call it a stallion.
Yeah. But it's just another lesson. Like you got to be careful with the company you keep. If you with good people doing good things, you probably not gonna be in certain situations. But if you wilding out doing dangerous stuff with people who doing shady stuff, I mean, so anything could happen, and you could be in jail wrongfully or for the right reason. So just
There
be
you go.
smart.
Yeah, this thing, he thought he was Jerome. He ain't Jerome. Went to the party
Thought he
with
was
the
a
girl
player?
he had sex with, and the girl you did have sex with was at the party,
At the
and you're
same
both
time, yeah.
and you going there on your free will.
Right.
And how tall are you? Man, you 5'2". All right.
That's
man, it sound like 6'2". She
Yeah.
ain't listening to you. That's why you had to put him. You had to put one out. Get the big help. Shit, that's what happened.
But then she say he pointed the gun at her and told her to dance, and he started shooting at her.
Yeah, all day long. God damn. This is the Western Tory Lanez. They never watched the Western. I know he's from Canada. But he watched
He don't know about that.
but not no Westerns. Yeah. You don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Dance, bitch. Only thing they got there is VA sessions. You can catch that old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back to the Cassie thing, because I like to talk to my wife about certain things that happen in the media, just to feel, not to try to lead her a certain way, but just to feel how she feels about it. So I was like, "Well, what do you think about the case?" She was just like, "It just seems like in the beginning, Cassie was like a victim, but now it just seems more when you listen to the stuff, she was a part of it. She was participating." So I don't know. Just it's like I say, they want to try to act like we are bashing a woman, but that's not necessarily what we doing. We just kind of looking at the case and kind of going through, uh, the facts and trying to make a. I guess I don't know. Just we don't hate women, and like I said, I think that's what it kind of boils down to a lot of times. I'm asking my wife just to see how she feels because I think, like you say, sometimes stuff on Facebook, it's a mob and they pushing a certain agenda or whatever. But I just want to check with my wife and just make sure we're on the same page. I like to do the same thing with you just to see where you are. I'm like, okay, well, like-minded people think the same way. So
Well, I put women on a higher scale than women put their own self. I think they are a higher capable species. They could do quite a lot. They are very
yeah.
variable, and I think many play on. I'm a dumb blonde. I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm a woman. I'm always innocent.
Yeah.
Many play on that, and it makes them that it keeps. Well, okay, we do need that in life. We need that chaos
But I get what you're
because
saying. Like we can play into the stereotypes we see and try to get away with certain things and escape accountability. But no, sometimes you gotta accept what's going on, grow from certain things, and be like, you know what? I need to change some things about myself to be a better person, whether it's man or woman. I think we all need to do that.
well, I just thought about this, Brandon. We need that chaos in women overall.
Okay,
And to
why you say
keep
that?
guys on our toes.
Yeah, that's good.
If you had women being truly productive with man,
Uh-huh.
there'd be nuclear bombs dropping all over the damn place. We'd
Yeah.
be too damn competitive.
I think a good balance is
Yeah.
good, and the same with us. Like I don't know. Do you think men should keep women on their toes a little bit, or I think both? Look at now, my camera want to go out. I think both.
Why you
Hmm?
worry about why you worry about a woman all like that, Brandon? Dog. Keep the girl you met at Chick-fil-A on her toes.
Well, not necessarily that, but somebody that's a partner that you're trying to build with. You know.
No, we don't do no partners. I'm tired of that. I don't want no partner. All right. I hope
uh,
Brandon don't have a partner. I hope Brandon have a wife.
I do have a wife, but
Oh, okay.
we live in a world where
No, I
the
don't want no partner.
general, but I get what you're saying that because I like that. But to bring everybody in, I use that term. I use those inclusive terms.
I
But
say
yeah,
teammate. How about teammate?
yeah,
I can do that.
teammate is a good one. But a wife is strong, and when you say that, it does hold weight.
Yeah, it does hold weight if you weren't doing what you're supposed to do. And if the
Right,
man do what he's supposed to do.
right.
The partner, you sign that contract, Jack. And also it's a clause in that contract, but you just don't know what the cause is because it's in her pocket. You
Yeah,
know, the
right.
cause means she in her pocket says if he run out of money,
Mm.
you got 3 months.
And I'm glad you brought that up because
Uh,
I downloaded a clip
take that
to
lie out
play.
your camera.
Child, all you gotta
Hold
do
on.
is accept the fact that I want a divorce, and that's it. I don't
I
want
don't
to
give
be
a your divorce. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad about is the fuck that you're ungrateful. What I'm mad about is the fact that nothing is ever good enough for you. What I'm mad about is the fact that you can't even accept the fact that you got a good ass, not none cheating ass.
I don't care about cheating.
Yeah,
I don't. They don't lie with finances.
You want the drunk, that's what you want.
No, I don't. How about how you?
Why you got a gay
How about
man
I don't
talking,
want
Brandon?
no.
Why you got a gay man talking in the background like I'm supposed to believe?
I don't want no drama. I want a that's not that's gonna help me financially
Talking
from
a
beginning to
mile
end,
a
and not get
minute.
comfortable throughout the time, and then be
Articulate. Clear.
You're supposed to just turn around in 3 months.
And then
Well, he is doing a
I'm
little too
trying. I'm
much.
trying. I can't tell you I'm trying. You're gonna be like, what you mean you trying?
Talking
You
like
every
him.
day. How the bills ain't paid? What you doing? You trying what?
Every day, if I'm going to work every day, and I'm building a business on side. How is it that I'm not doing shit? How is it that I'm too comfortable? If I'm still doing something for now and I'm still working on something for my future, how is that getting too comfortable?
You know, these are the new
He
guys.
told me-
This is
he
new
told me
generation
I
now.
need to do stuff on the side, make
Well,
faster
whether
money,
it's
do this,
fake
do
or
that,
not,
so that way I
see,
can
look
decide
at
with my
that.
job that I'm doing. But my job pays the bills. I can't go find a side hustle because then I'm gonna burn myself out. So I can't do both. You have more free time than me. The job you work is a come and go. You can pick your hours. I can't do that.
Okay, because that's what you chose. You chose that.
Yeah, because I need something consistent. I don't need something to tell me when I can get on and get off and then all of this. Like, you have a cap. I don't have a cap.
But what I was gonna say, let me take this out. How do I get this off here?
Brandon, if you don't quit using these damn.
But listen, because we know everything is content and people just doing stuff just to do it. A marriage is supposed to be partnership. It's rich or poor, sickness and health, all that kind of stuff. And whether we see people nowadays, they want to record and do these kind of things to go viral. But it's still. But go ahead. What you want to say?
Marriage is a covenant, Brandon. Take that partnership out
It's
your
still
mouth.
we're talking.
covenant.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, it's a covenant. But you know the Bible better than I do, and you know the words,
you know what
the right
covenant
words.
means.
I do, but I'm saying you know the right words to use in the. But you're right. But go ahead.
I told you got the cause. I can divorce you when I want to. Ain't any fault, and it happens.
Yeah,
we didn't grow together.
Yeah,
but I took in that stepchild. He was fighting on the bus. I had to go down there. The baby daddy didn't pay nothing for 8 years. I leave. He come in and smack them skins into the next week. That's what you got to do. Huh?
Yeah.
That's what you got to deal with, brother.
Yeah.
Let me see my kids, baby. Let me see my kids. The kid 13 years old don't even like them.
Yeah. Is that a sad reality? Is that a sad reality?
It is what it is. Some people may, you get when you get the deck of cards is 52.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't be a king or an ace. Somebody gonna get 4 and be getting cut all the time. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And according with situations, in the relationship situation, I'm pushing a strong 3. Mm-hmm. All right, I get cut all the damn time.
But everybody else thinks they're up here. Everybody else, like you say, they think they're kings and queens.
No, watch this, Brandon. In an employment situation, keeping a job, I'm pushing I'm a damn queen, Jack. I'm the queen. But in this other field in life, I'm low. So everybody got the high points.
Yeah.
Brandon, what you high in? What you low in?
Communication.
No, that's high.
Yeah, I'm high in communication and working with my wife, because you don't want me to say partner, but I'm just saying that's a strong suit of mine.
Does she say that, or you just say that?
No, well, okay, that's a good thing. What would she say I am? Dang, just Lord, dang, that's a good question. Fixing stuff, just being handy, all around handy person. Whether it's I need to build something, I need to figure out a situation, compiling grocery stuff, meals, doing all that kind of stuff.
Checking on that water heater.
Checking on the water heater, which I did the other day. It's bone dry. But I think somebody went up there and poured some water up there. It's been a minute. It's not even been a minute. It's been a couple weeks since I checked.
Check next year now. So.
Now I want to check. I feel like but do you think people really doing that kind of stuff?
No, finish this thing. This episode is real cluttered up.
Yeah. But I'm just good at certain things, and like I say, I'm easy to work with. I think in a marriage, that kind of stuff does matter, because you need somebody because you're gonna be together for a long time, and you can have good moments with somebody, but if you don't mesh well, if the chemistry is off, it's gonna be rough. And luckily, we don't have a lot of arguments, and we don't get on each other's nerves. So I think we know when to give each other space, when to be around each other. We know how to communicate. Sometimes she'll tell me, like, I want this, I need this more. And she don't do it in a way where
she's vocalized that.
Yeah, and that's what I say. She don't do it in a way where it's hurtful, or I don't take it in a bad way either. she'll let me know like what she want. Because if you don't tell somebody that and you just go without, like you just will be less happier, and start building resentment. So that kind of
What
stuff. Go ahead.
one thing I like about Brandon's wife when I first met her,
Mhm.
she was like firm and stricter.
Mhm. In what way? Because and that's a good thing too. Because
Excuse me,
I'm not.
stern. She was stern.
Uh-huh.
Is your wife stern, Brandon?
And she comes off that way to people for sure. To other
No,
people.
but is
No,
she
no.
okay to get stuff done? Is she
Yeah.
is she
When it's
stern on that?
uh-huh.
See, Brandon just said he's easy to work with. So
Mhm.
Brandon can get if she ain't disrespectful with it,
Yeah.
like somebody I
And
know.
that, and it's a difference when people do that. They can say something to you. Look at my camera trying to go off. They can say something to you, and then it'll. Well, let me pause before I'm trying to.
All right,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Here's the difference with guys. We could handle stuff. We could take directions. We could give directions. But it's when the disrespectful stuff comes in. That's when you may have an issue, and guys
Right.
cannot handle disrespect. See,
Yeah.
Brandon's wife, she's smart. I sense that she's stern, but
Mhm.
she's not. Per Brandon words, she's not disrespectful. She think about the words.
Yeah.
Brandon easy to give one way if it makes sense. Okay, yeah, let's not close the garage door, turn the car on, and watch a movie inside. If it makes
uh,
sense, he'll
uh,
do it. If it don't
yeah.
make sense, Brandon, will you stay in the garage door with the car on and watch the movie?
No.
See, and
Uh-uh.
he'll reject it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good man. That's how man
And you
should
have to
be.
reject it in the right way too. You same way somebody told you something, you have to reject it in the right way because you can't reject it in a harsh way or make that person feel stupid or make them feel inferior or whatever. Like it's just a delicate line if you want to keep, you know, everybody on the same page, everybody happy. Because or do people get sensitive? Because you can be having a bad day and somebody can say something slightly in the wrong way and it can kind of set you off. And
It can
that's when
happen.
people get into arguments and stuff. So
Yeah, it can happen.
that's it. I ain't gonna do too much more
Yeah, let's
because
not do no more. We'll do this slide later. 1 hour be hard, Brandon.
all right. We did
Yeah.
have one comment. I don't know what
Now
that
that's
is,
don't even put that on
yeah,
there.
I ain't about to, I'm like,
Yeah.
look at I was like, what is that?
So
But
Sunday, let's do a short one on Sunday
okay.
because 1 hour is like 30 minutes
Mhm.
takes 1x. 1 hour somehow may takes 3 to 4.
I got you.
It's
You.
like for
Especially when
some
you're jumping
reason,
around a little bit.
yeah, for some reason, once you go that, it's but
Right.
20 minutes or 25 minutes, that's like
Mhm.
perfect.
Okay. I'm with you.
Like I could get that, I could get 5 clips or 6 clips in 25 minutes. The other one be hard is more.
I'm with you. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Because most
I
people
ain't
not
about to go off. I'm about to talk Brandon for 2 minutes
yeah,
before
go
we
ahead.
get there. Go
Y'all have a
once we
good
get off
one.
live.
Yeah, I'm about to get off.